Hi, I'm Linda Smith from the Lakeshore High School Math Science Center. And I'm here with John Woodard and Kim Landeck and Brian Samuel. And we'd like to talk about the Math and Science Center program. So the big question that parents sometimes have, and students too, is why the Math and Science Center? Why not just do the regular classroom route? And in our Math and Science Center, we really pride ourselves in the integration of our classes, ideas across our classes. Our classes are very in-depth and challenging, but not overwhelming. We have activities beyond the high school classroom, and we do a lot of learning together. Some of our activities, we have different field trips. Later in the slideshow presentation, you can see some pictures of kids doing some different activities. We have guest speakers come in. Some of them are our former students, some are from outside. We do Math League, which is a challenge in our math area. We do the International Science and Engineering Fair. We have an Innovation Challenge project with Whirlpool that is a design and engineering challenge. We do a robotics competition with our sophomores. We're really into collaborative learning, and the teachers, all of us, sort of being partners in learning, but the students really contribute with each other as well.
Hi, my name is Kim Landeck, and I teach the Geometry and Algebra 2 in the Math Science Center, and this is my 30th year here at the Math Science Center. And the three subjects that we teach in the first 2 years are, freshman year, I should say. First, the three subjects are honors geometry, honors biology, and honors computer science. And the A stands for advanced. So all these three classes go a little faster and a little more in depth than the regular high school freshman schedule of geometry, biology, and the computer science. And we make sure that it's collaborative, like the computer science helps the students learn how to use their dynamic software for geometry. They learn how to do programming on the graphing calculator, which we use the graphing calculator in geometry and in algebra 2 as well. And the biology is as well as collaborative, and we pick up on the stat project with the geometry when they go to school on the school ship data. And we use the data from the school ship to do a project. So we try to integrate in the first year some projects, and they learn how to use their tools as well as their classroom setting. And I'm going to talk about both my classes that I teach here, and they're both in an investigative approach. So it's not like me up front always lecturing like my other classes. It's more that they are learning how to arrive to the concept that is the main topic of discussion. And they discuss a lot. So it's collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. And yet we still have the integrity of maintaining the math topics and how to use math as using the calculator as a tool, but not forgetting that math is math. And so we kind of use both the traditional and then the collaborative. We also use the graphing calculator. Like I said, we use dynamic software such as Sketchpad or ClassPad for geometry. Again, we do projects in geometry. We do a math topic in the springtime where they have to present a Google slide, a math poster, and they present it to their classmates. We also do an outreach to the fifth graders of Lakeshore. We create a math game, and we go to each classroom, and the fifth graders have a lot of fun with our Math Science Center students, and it's all about math. And again, we study statistics, and that statistics we incorporate the data that they get on the school ship adventure. Algebra 2 is more individual projects, as is the ones that are in geometry or like group. In Algebra 2, they learn how to write a math paper, and for every chapter, they learn how to incorporate what they learned in the computer classes. and they learn how to flow from writing a introduction, discussing their math, and finalizing it with what the intent of the paper was about. We also do math league in both at all in high school, but especially in the freshmen and sophomores, we do it in class, and it's a math competition. It's 6 questions, 6 months from March to October, and it's like problem solving, thinking outside the box. It's a really good math challenge, and the kids enjoy it, and they get extra credit points, and that's even better. So that winds up. If you have any more questions, please let me know.
Hi, I teach the Advanced Honors Biology class and also AP Biology. And the Advanced Honors Biology class is really meant as the original name was Research Biology. And the intent is to have students investigating and solving problems and really looking at data and building science skills. So we do go through the full complement of biology topics that you would see in regular biology, but there's lots of investigative work by doing lab work, integrating statistics, using computers, data tables, and graphs, and presentations. COVID willing, at the beginning of the year, there's a trip up to Sutton's Bay to go on a schooner, and the students start the year collecting data, designing their own projects to collect data, and then they spend time when we come back from that trip putting together their data and presentations. This models our International Science and Engineering Fair, which students will have their own project work, and they will do a design much like we did on the school ship, and they will present that. So throughout the year, we're investigating, they're in the lab, and they're using science skills. So I think that's what makes it sort of special.
And my name is John Woodard, and I teach the 2 computer science classes for our freshmen and sophomores. And so I'll just mention a few things that we cover in there. As has already been mentioned, we try to incorporate some technology in everything we do, and I try to make sure that students have the tools and the skills that they need to be successful in the Math Science Center. And so for the freshman class, it's learning the tools that they need. We do some things with some Office apps just to get some skills that they're going to need to be able to do, like taking data from a science project they've done, putting it into Excel, doing some charting and so forth that they need in order to present their data, or whether it's putting together a document that they're going to turn in as a report for their project, whether it's in math or in science, and even being able to present that with a PowerPoint presentation. And we go through each of those just to make sure that students have those skills that they're going to need to be successful. There's a few math apps that we also talk about. Geometer Sketchpad, ClassPad fits really nicely with what Mrs. Landeck does in her math class, but giving, again, students the tools that they need to be successful. And we wrap up the year there with some programming. I teach programming in TI Basic there, which is the same language their calculator uses. So the nice thing about it is they have their calculator with them everywhere, and they can basically be coding if they wanted to at any point, but also gives them the basic skills that they're going to need to be successful the next year. That's what the sophomore class is all about, is a problem-solving course in programming. It's a full year of C++ programming, and it really gives students a foundation of what computer science is about. It also gives them a nice idea or an introduction to programming in C++.
Hi, I'm Brian Samuel, and I teach the Math Science Center Advanced Honors Chemistry. So as a sophomore, they will take Advanced Honors Algebra 2 with Mrs. Landeck, the chemistry with me, and then the Computer Science with Mr. Woodard, kind of like what we just talked about. Go ahead. So in chemistry, again, it's a hands-on. We get the kids involved in collaborating with each other, working through some problems. I think it's critical that they learn how to problem solve in my class just as much as learn the content of chemistry. So it is inorganic, as you can see the periodic table in the background. We look at it from the analytical numbers perspective, try to get in a lot of hands-on labs, and again, help the kids learn how to problem solve. So, and I do also teach the AP chemistry to juniors and seniors.
So just to give you an idea of what students do in the Math and Science Center for their junior and senior year, we're not going to talk too much in detail here, but as you saw there, as a freshman and sophomore, they have 3 classes, a math, a science, and a computer science class. But then in the junior year, they have just 2 classes, a math class, which will be advanced honors pre-calculus, and a science class, which is advanced honors physics, which is with Mr. Chorney. And then for their senior year, they'll take, again, 1 math and 1 science course there. They'll take advanced placement, calculus AB with me. And then they have AP science class with Mrs. Smith for biology, or Mr. Samuel for chemistry, or Mr. Chorney for physics. They can pick one of those 3. And we have a number of students that'll pick up a 2nd or even a 3rd AP science class there. Go ahead, Kim.
Yes, the high school graduation requirements, we have 4 credits of math and 3 credits for science, 3 credits for social studies, 4 credits for English, 4 credits for other, and that can include foreign language and your physical education of that kind of sort. And then you have electives of 4 credits. And that's 22 credits to graduate, but 24 if you take the Math Science Center route. To apply, you apply during your course and during your middle school years of 8th grade, and you will pick an application from the counselor. And in that, you will have student questions to fill out. Standardized test scores will be reported for the your PSAT and your previous scores. You'll have teacher recommendations, and then the parent letter of just say, I'm supporting my child to take on this advanced program. And the SAT score is important. They will take that in the springtime of their 8th grade. No?
No, December.
December. Okay, here it is. Important dates. December. They get chosen in the spring. So the SAT test for this year is December 5th, and the sign up is by November 5th. The Math Science application deadline, you have to see the middle school counselor, which is Mrs. Weaver. And if students are informed on selection, that's usually end of March, early April, but sometime in the springtime.
So thank you for tuning into our presentation. The remainder of the presentation will show you some pictures of our students doing different activities. We also describe sort of a snapshot of 1 year of the colleges that students chose and the careers they were interested in. So we won't narrate that part. You can look through that part and see all the different things. I think if you talk to the students, that's a big thing. They can tell you the gains that they've made, especially our graduates, the gains that they've made when they go to college. It's maybe not as evident here as when they go away and start their college careers. We do have an open house for students with their parents. This is not anything you have to do, but if you want to see the Math and Science Center classrooms, if you have questions, we'll be here from Tuesday evening, November 3rd from 6:30 to 7:30. We will be masked. We will socially distance with each other. But you can walk around and look at the center and talk with us if you wish. Anything to add, gang?
No, thank you very much for watching our short video.
Thank you so much. Go MSC.